what's the term do I want to use? How sports is being officiated. So, of course, one of the main things we're talking about today is the Super Bowl. So I found a really good article, and excuse me, it's labeled Super Bowl Officiating Guide: What to Expect. Excuse me, what to expect for the Patriots Rams. I'm gonna read a little bit of this. It says, "What makes for a well officiated Super Bowl? In the minds of many, it's a game with minimal flags. On paper, at least, we have a chance for an outcome in Sunday Super Bowl. The Los Angeles Rams and New England Patriots tied for the NFL seventh fewest penalties during the regular season, which is 113. Referee John Perry's regular season crew ranked right in the middle of the league with an average of 15 flags per game, and his first postseason crew with 10 during the Rams' 30-22 divisional round against Cowboys. Generally speaking, penalties total in the recent Super Bowls have fallen below season averages. There were only 8 in last year's Super Bowl, and the average per game since 2010 is 13, nearly 2 flags lower than the regular season average per game. Crews that let them play, quote unquote, of course, can sometimes lure themselves into a bad spot. Consider the NFC Championship game 2 weeks ago, marred in the fourth quarter, when referee Bill Cruz failed to penalize the Rams cornerback for pass interference. There are many theories to explain the missed call, but the simplest is that it was an extension of allowing physical play from defenders the entire game. So, 2 things I just want to touch on in the little that I just read. First of all, the Rams and Patriots are in the top 7% of the fewest penalties in a game. Okay, for the entire season.
That's considering they got Ndamukong Suh on that squad.
Man, when y'all got rid of him, I feel bad for y'all. But
well, it was some other factors that go into that. But we'll talk about
we'll talk about another time. The other thing is they use the term "let them play." Okay, now we've all played sports. And I've always been an advocate of when do you allow the let them play perspective to be implemented into the game, whether it's a preseason, regular season, postseason, or the championship. Because regardless of the outcome of the game, depending on when that game is being played, the championship versus preseason, I think that there should be some type of equilibrium, because what happens is if you have a team, like the Super Bowl winners today, the Patriots, playing a lesser team, they will always be looked at, oh man, they give everything to the Patriots and they don't give anything to the Rams, or just like with the Rams and the Saints. I mean, we all know what that was, but they said they let them play, but that determined the outcome of the game, which we all know is bogus. So right now, I remember, and you got Spann, you might agree, Walt, too, back in the day, Michael Jordan used to get all the calls, right? Quote unquote. But they allowed the other team to just
know. I don't know.
Come on, Spann.
It was a Pistons fan that just agreed with that shit. So I don't know.
Okay. But I'm just giving a simple example. So right now, Tom Brady is considered the best quarterback in the last 15 years, all right, per se. So because of his label, he's going to get calls that other quarterbacks aren't going to get. And I'm not knocking the quarterback for the Rams. He's going to be a fantastic player in the future, etc. But right now, the officiating of this game is going to be looked at with a fucking microscope because of what happened, right? What happened a couple weeks back. Yeah. And I mean, as much as I love the Patriots and Tom Brady, I don't want that game to end on no call like that, man. That is just wrong. That's wrong. And my take right now is I really hope that if you guys are going to not call that, don't call that shit the whole game. You know what I'm saying? And then don't come on the other side of the field and call some petty roughing the passer. We know what that is.
get back call. Like, we got to get it right. But here's the thing. Like, the whole thing about like letting them play, like getting the referees out of the way, let them boys play the game and everything. I agree with that, but at the same time, and this is something that I said when we were talking about the Rams Saints game, is that I just want the fucking referees to get the calls right. Just call them. Like, if you see a fucking violation, call the violation. If you see a foul, call the foul. Like, it becomes so much more of a focus of the game when it shouldn't be. Like, the referee should just be like, in the background. Like, we really shouldn't be having a discussion about referees as often as we do when it concerns these games. Like, it should be like, yo, anybody who's watching the game should be like, yeah, that was a fucking pass interference. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was a roughing the passer. That was he held that motherfucker all the way up 5 yards up the fucking field. Like, yeah, that was a hold. Like, we should be able to understand, or at least we should have faith in the referees. Like, yo, they just gonna call what needs to be called. But in a game like the Super Bowl, I think what tends to happen is this, and this isn't even just indicative of the NFL, but it's like the NBA and sometimes Major League Baseball too, is that like they officiate the games differently depending on what time of the year it is. You know, like they let the guys go in preseason, and then you call games certain ways during the regular season, and then okay, we gonna turn it up in in the postseason and everything. It's like, hey man, just call the game consistently so the players don't necessarily have to adjust to you. The game should just be the game. They shouldn't have to adjust to the officials to play the fucking game. The game is still the game. And so I think this is I just think it's like we are focusing way too much on the referees. The referees have made themselves a focus because they keep fucking up.
I like that. What you got, Walt?
Kind of touch on the same thing Spann said last week. I kind of said the same thing when we were talking about the Rams Saints game. It's a one of those things where it's a trade-off. You can let them play, but then you got incidents like that. It was like, oh, it's a blown call, whoa. But if they call a bad call, it's let them play on the field. Let them lead on the field. You can't have it both ways. You see what I'm saying? You got to. Human error is a part of the game. Period. Human error is a part of the game. The game has never been perfect. You can go all the way through history. It's been some games and some Super Bowls and some AFC and NFC championship games that's been lost on some bullshit call. The tuck rule. You know what I'm saying? It's been plenty of them. You can't eliminate it. No, you know what I mean?
Actually,
talk about.
Here's the thing. Here's what I'll say about that though, right? So yeah, things have been fucked up in the past, right? And then you learn from those fuck ups. So I remember there was a time where they had instant replay in the game, especially with football. They had instant replay in the game, and then they took instant replay away. Right?
That's where I was going. Yeah. What I was going to say was the only way to fix that is you got to let them replay the call right then, right there on the spot to get it right. No replay in the last 2 minutes of the game or whatever, or I forget whatever the rule is. It's bad for business.
Let me say this though. We spoke on this a little bit the other week, and the problem with the instant replay, even if they implemented instant replay right now throughout the whole game, the only thing they can do is recall a flag that was thrown. We're talking about letting them play. No flags. You can't just go back and look at a play and be like, oh, you know what? That was pass interference. We gonna do this now. The flag has to be thrown. You see what I'm saying? So you're right, but by the way the rules are set up, the only time they're gonna relook at anything is if a flag was thrown to see if it's a touchdown, the spot of the ball, out of bounds. You see what I'm saying? So we're talking about no calls.
Well, hold on.
Oh, go ahead, Spann.
Here's the fix for that. The NFL has a command center, a referee and command center in New York, right? They're watching these games the same way that we're watching these games. And they also have even if you're watching a broadcast, you got the Blandino dude and, these officiating, experts or whatever. They'll tell you whether or not that was a penalty or whatever that was missed. Like, if they can do that on television, then also the NFL can do that from their command center. right? In much the same way that the NBA sometimes, like they'll go back to the league office and be like, hey, so what's up with this? So even if the referees on the field miss the call,
yeah,
they can call in like, hey, hold on, we need to look at this. Get the fucking call right. That's the basic. Like, if you get the call rights, everything else will fall into place. Like, whether or not the referees on the field missed it or not, and you saying, well, we can't replay it because they didn't, there wasn't an initial penalty. Like, yo, the NFL has the power to like change that. Like, that could be a rule change. Like, hey, okay, so here's what we're gonna do. If y'all miss this call, we can also pull this back up here at the league office. We can review it, and then we can make the call from down here. So long as the game is played and so long as the calls are right, I think what tends to happen is when you start having the referees making so many egregiously bad calls, people start losing faith in the game, whether or not the game is being called fairly or not. So when you start losing that level of integrity of the game, when people can't really trust whether or not this game is being called fairly or not, that's when people really be like, man, I ain't watching that bullshit. It's
bullshit. It's rigged. It's fixed.
And you get a lot with NBA games. People be like, this shit rigged, bro. Like, you already hear that.
You both of you guys are saying something that I was going to touch on, which is politics. All right, politics. And unfortunately, because so much money is on the line, and we're talking about the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is the most watched game in the world for one game, right? So we're talking about politics and money, and we're talking about, unfortunately, what'd you say?
You know about money. Go ahead.
I want to, but no, man. I mean, when it comes down to it, Spann, you're right. At the end of the day, can they make these rule adjustments to say, you know what, if John, Joe, Bill, and Bob didn't throw the flag on the field, there's going to be the bat phone's going to ring and say that was pass interference. Can they do that? Yeah. Are they going to do that? Hell no, because just like Walt said, human error is a factor. These are professional athletes. They're not perfect. And guess what? They say neither are the refs. And guess what? The players, we talked about this before, you better play your best, because you best not let us decide if you gonna win. That's the angle. You want to win this fucking game, you better blow them out. Don't put it in our hands. So they're not gonna make no rules. They're not gonna change any rules to try to make it easier for the players. They're gonna say, you better play harder. But you better work harder.
I don't even know if it's necessarily making it where it's easier for the players. I think it's about the integrity of the league and of the game. And if you start losing the you start losing the trust of your customers, where the customers are like, hey man, they consistently fuck up on this. Like, and it's almost as if they like everybody in the world saw that was a goddamn pass interference. Like, what the fuck is like human error? You can say human error is a part of the game, but that's a human error that could be fixed. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that could be fixed. So I don't even know if it's necessarily about making it easier for the players. I think it's for the viewing audience, and the viewing audience is what drives all this money towards the game. Whether that be ticket sales, whether that be jersey sales, whether that be the people who advertise for the games, all of that shit is driven by the eyeballs that are going to be on that game. And if you start having the eyeballs that watch that game start feeling like, yo, this some bullshit, then.
But you know what? You said it a second ago. In other sports, we talk about how in basketball, we talk about it all the time. Like with James Harden, I don't even watch basketball anymore because the way it's officiated. And we're not even talking about judgment calls like a foul. We're talking about traveling. It has definitely taken me away from watching a sport that I love. I don't even like that shit no more because everybody is fucking traveling. Just for example, I just saw a play where Luka on Dallas, he took a double step back yesterday. And the commentator was like, oh, look at that fantastic move. I was like, if you don't get your dumb ass out of here, you know what I'm saying? But you're right. It's like the way the games are being officiated. Here's the other thing I want to throw in there too. When it comes to the Patriots, I think about they're like the new America's team, like the way the Cowboys used to be back in the day. You know, the Cowboys used to get away with murder. I couldn't stand it, you know, and guess what? People want to see certain teams win. They want to see certain teams. And guess what? The powers that be, they want to see certain teams. And and that might be a conspiracy theory going all the way to the left, but I really feel that has just a little bit have to do it. So the referees that's officiating that game, they're gonna be like, oh, you know what? I ain't even see. I don't know what you're talking about. To
a certain degree, though, I think that can also kind of wear on the fans too, because just listening to like sports radio this week, like as much as like Tom Brady is a Michigan dude, but it's a whole lot of folks here in Michigan and even on like ESPN and shit that I've heard, like, yo, folks are just tired of the Patriots. So I don't even know if it's about like, they want the Patriots to win. I think at this point, the vast majority of the country are just tired of these motherfuckers and want them to lose. like that's talk. I think that's like, because they've been there so much and so often. Like, I just think folks are like, these niggas again. Like, there's not a whole hell of a lot of excitement that I've seen for prior Super Bowls because it's the Patriots in this game, and because they thought
Alabama in college,
and because they thought the Saints was going to be in this game too. There's a whole lot of people like, yo, man, this whole shit they get. The legitimacy of the game has kind of like been tainted for them.
When the Bulls were winning,
I remember.
I didn't even watch the Bulls. And shit got boring, and I was a fanatic.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
I watched as many games as I could. I ain't give a
man,
fuck.
hell no. You knew they was gonna win. They was gonna win.
That was cool. I just wanted to see how they did it. God damn it.
Yeah, by 40 every night. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
That was cool, nigga. That was cool. I didn't give a fuck. As a fan, I didn't give a fuck. Everybody else be mad. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Like, everybody else be mad. If you're a fan of that team, you don't give a fuck about how they feeling. We winning, goddamn it. Knock us off. So that's what it was. And then, Mike Nunn got dismantled and everything, and then the league opened up, So that's just how that worked. Yeah, man. Who y'all got in the Super Bowl? We got to go ahead and make our picks now, because I'm going to get into something else, not necessarily about the Super Bowl, but we already know Cliff got the Patriots, which is ironic because he got that it's upside down, man. That seems like a sign of disrespect. But Walt, who you got in the Super Bowl and what score you got them by?
You muted, man. We can't hear you.
Can't hear you. We can't hear you, Walt.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you now.
I've been going back and forth, man. I still don't really know who the hell to pick in this game. It's like, damn, every time you pick against the Patriots, they win. Every time you pick for them, they lose. So,
I don't know. I picked against them last year and I won.
I did too. Yeah, we struck gold last year for real. But
let me help you out. I got the best picks right now.
No.
The best picks right now. I got the best picks. I'm the only dude left. I'm the only dude left. Get with your boy, man. I'm gonna send you a hat. I got you. Look, your ears will be warm. That Detroit hat ain't gonna do shit if you go outside.
It's so cold in the deep. No, I'm going with the Rams, man. I'm going with the Rams. I don't think it's going to be a blowout game. I think it's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be I want to say 23-27.
I see you, Auntie. You smart.
Let me write.
I said 24-27.
You got 24-27 for the Rams?
Yeah.
I don't care what the score is. We gonna win. That's what you put down for me. Don't matter.
Give us a spread, motherfucker.
Ain't no spread. Dude, if I give a spread, it's gonna be unrealistic, like 50-20. That's what I'm looking at, nigga.
That's what you want me to put down? That's what you want me to put on the website? Okay.
Right. Nah, I mean, if I was to give a score, it would be more than 20 points for both teams because they have some super high powered offense. I would say something like 35-28. That's what I would say. I think it's going to be a high scoring game.
All right.
So hold on, real quick before we continue. Did you guys put my shirts in the mail? I'm just checking. My shirts from,
Thank you for reminding me, Cliff. I completely forgot about that. I got you, bro.
Yeah, I did too. But okay. It's Black History Month, nigga. It'll get there.
Wow.
It'll get there. It'll get there. So check
you guys, man.
Check this out. I got the Rams in this game.
Oh, God.
I got the Rams in this game. And I got the Rams in this game. I'm not going to pick as large a margin of victory like I did last year for the Eagles, right? Because the Eagles did win like I said they was going to win last year against these chumps. But I got the Rams, and I got the Rams.
Yeah, wow, for real, AT. Wow, for real.
I got the Rams 35-21.
What are we betting is what I want to know. What are we putting on this game?
He on that defense.
Hold on. Walt, you right there with me. Because that's where I'm going with this. The reason why I think the Rams are going to win this game is because Tom Brady is going to be dancing around that motherfucking pocket. He ain't going to really have a whole hell of a lot of time to throw that ball. He got Aaron Donald on his ass. He got Ndamukong Suh on his ass. That offensive line for the Patriots is not going to be able to hold up to that defensive line of the Los Angeles Rams. And I feel
like an idiot now for making the spread so small.
They're going to be rushing. He's going to be rushing to get that ball out of the pocket, man. He's going to be like, he got to get it out within like 1.5 seconds or something. They're going to be on his ass. And he's going to be throwing in the coverage, man. He's going to be rushing those throws, bro.
Let me tell you why you tripping. Why Donald and Sue are fantastic. Nigga, the Bears slammed the Rams, nigga. They was irrelevant.
Who gives a fuck? The Bears are at home with your ass right now. Don't nobody care about the Bears right now, nigga. We talking about the Super Bowl. And Pat, hold on. If we talking about how irrelevant that is, nigga, the Patriots lost to the Lions this year.
Facts. Not only did they lost, they got their ass.
If you want to talk about how irrelevant that regular season ass game was, they lost to the Lions, my nigga. The Lions was trash this year. So don't give me this shit about the Bears beating the Rams. Nigga, the Pats lost to the Lions, and the Lions is at home right along with your fucking Bears.
Tom Brady, him and his wife had an argument the night before. That's all.
Okay.
But
she gonna pick an argument with this nigga.
So what we putting on this game? I don't want no fucking t-shirt. So what's the deal?
Nigga, you didn't even want to give us a score 5 minutes ago.
I didn't know we were doing a spread either, but that doesn't make a difference.
Now you want to try to bet shirts. Get out of here. I owe you a shirt already.
Oh, question. Are we
$100 you owe me that you never paid me, nigga?
$100?
Still on that $100. Still on that $100.
Where is this $100 coming from?
Hey, Walt, you see, this ain't the first time I done brought this up, right?
What is this $100? You like pull this out of your ass. Where is this from?
Take it out the $100 you owe me that you never paid out.
From where?
We'll talk about it offline.
Oh, this is some bullshit.
That's the same thing you said. Apparently, y'all ain't had this conversation yet.
Listen, to all the viewers and listeners of the Beer Chicken Podcast, just no Spanish trying to hustle me online right now. But listen, I got a question. So are we basing the winner of this bet off of a spread or a straight up win? I don't care about the spread.
I mean, first of all, we never said we was betting. Your ass want to bet.
I want in.
I said this because this time last year we made picks for the Super Bowl. I won that shit last year. I didn't get a motherfucking thing for it. So you ain't getting a motherfucking thing for it. We just doing this for the bragging rights for the show. Now, if you want to do some side shit, we can do some side shit that ain't associated with the show. However, I didn't get a damn thing when we made picks last year, and I won last year, guys.
What did we do? Because I don't even remember.
What do you mean? What did we do?
What did we bet? Because I don't remember.
What, last year?
Beer.
Yeah. We didn't bet anything.
Oh.
We bet beer.
We bet beer? I never got my beer.
Yep, the Spann one. Yeah, you was the winner. Yep.
Here we go.
Actually, we both was the winners, and you never got us our beer.
I'm saying, and I drink nothing but the best now, man. I'm fancy now.
I got you.
I want a 24-pack of Stella, my nigga.
That man said 24.
Hold on.
He got it. Hey, flossing more and floss more. You know what I'm saying? But no, man. Hey, we gonna have these picks up available on the website, man. So y'all can hold us to this shit. I'm gonna have this up on the website with this episode, man. So y'all can watch that. Y'all be like, hey, man, remember that time Cliff said the Pats was gonna beat the Rams, just like he said the Pats was gonna beat the Eagles last year? Yeah, man. Remember, it's gonna be documented, my nigga. And if I lose, I will come on here and I will give you your props.
But we definitely tired of seeing the Patriots, though. That's a fact. That's all right. I think the coach gonna have something to say about the Patriots next year.
Yeah, because they ain't gonna have Tom Brady.
Tom Brady might play till he 57.
Nigga, Tom Brady retiring after tonight because he finna get his ass whooped.
Nigga, Tom Brady gonna be out there in a wheelchair trying to whip that bitch.
That nigga gonna be hurt tonight, boy. Giselle gonna do a lot of rubbing after this game because they finna put a licking on him.
Oh man, and Dominic Sue and Aaron Donald, I'm telling you, man, he gonna have them. He gonna have that heat on his ass, boy. They gonna be on his ass, man. That's your ass, Mr. Postman.
Watch how quick he get rid of the ball. Watch how quick he be getting rid of the ball. He ain't gonna he gonna be throwing that motherfucker short and sweet. Come on, here you go. Get take that.
Tom Brady gonna be in the pocket like,
ho, brother, whoa. Now you got too much dip in the chip.
You know, y'all. I don't know what it is about y'all double team.
Hey.
It's all good though.
You know what? We don't double team you on purpose. You just the oddball. You always gotta go left.
Hold on.
This is
Here's Tom Brady after he get up from his 4th sack by Ndamukong Suh. Nigga gonna be hurt.
That's funny.
Meanwhile, Cliff like,
oh man, hey.
oh man.
you always gotta go left. We don't gang up on you on purpose.
I'm not going left. Y'all just don't. Y'all just don't appreciate the pure insight that I have on these sports topics that we talk about, man. That's all, man.
Man.
It's like,
I hear you, Cliff. I hear you. You wrong as shit, but I hear you.
Right. Y'all gonna be laughing last come time next week. That's for sure.
Yeah, we'll see. But yo.